All right, welcome back to Arkansas Storm Team Live at 11 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Juliana Cullen here by myself for today, which means that you get to be my co-host for today. So any weather questions, forecast questions that you want answered, this is the time to do that. So you can always comment to my Facebook page. It's Juliana Cullen, meteorologist Juliana Cullen. Send me an email. It's jcullen@kark.com, and I would be happy to answer that weather question for you. So without further ado, let's get into the forecast. And the good news is the forecast is actually looking a lot quieter than what we had the last couple days. You know, we started off this week with some freezing rain out there, and then again on Thursday we had some snowflakes, we had some sleet pellets, we had some cold rain, and now we're just looking at dry weather for the rest of the day. Live look outside right now on satellite and radar, you can see mostly cloudy, but yeah, there's some peaks of sunshine in northeast Arkansas and, you know, just south of Pine Bluff, maybe getting to see some sunshine too, so hopefully you're getting to see some sunshine out there. I saw a couple peaks when the sun was coming up this morning. It was so nice to just see a little bit of some sunshine. And so that's something that we'll try and see for the rest of the day. But overall, it is kind of looking still like a cloudy Friday. And we'll take a live look outside, and you can see it's still cloudy out there, and it's still fairly cool. It's only 37 right now in Little Rock, but we've gotten up to 40 in Pine Bluff, Arkadelphia. It's 40 in Monticello, 41 in Camden and DeQueen. So a lot of us are maybe slightly warmer than what our high temperature was yesterday, but overall it's still going to be kind of a chilly December day out there for today. So I think as far as the temperature goes for today, we should be able to maybe make it to 42 for your high, which would make it the warmest day of December thus far, which is kind of interesting. It's just been so cold for December. It's really easy for us to beat that. And then cloudy skies are going to linger for a lot of today as well. And then we'll cloud up tonight, which will actually give us fairly milder temperatures tomorrow morning than what we would have. Most of us will kind of be hovering around the freezing point. I don't think we'll have a ton of 20s out there tomorrow morning. So that's some good news. And then we'll kind of thin out those clouds as we move towards the afternoon hours, getting into some sunshine with highs making it into the 50s tomorrow. Outdoor plans for tomorrow look fine, actually look like pretty favorable for December. You know, there's the Christmas parade downtown. We have the Capitol lighting of the holiday lights, so it should be really pleasant weather. Yes, you're going to want to bundle up. It's December. It'll be chilly out there. But as far as the temperature goes, you know, for December, not too bad. And with some sunshine, it'll be nice to see some maybe abundant sunshine by the afternoon hours. As we move towards Sunday, though, that's when things are going to start to change a little bit. 56 for your high. It's going to be fairly cloudy throughout the day on Sunday, so not as much sunshine, but actually one of our milder days, and then a 10% chance for a light shower Sunday as a weak cold front moves through. So let's look at forecast track. Here's running through the forecast track through Saturday morning. Little cloudy in the morning. Clouds clear out by the afternoon. We warm up into the 50s. And then Saturday night into Sunday, here come those clouds back. We'll be cloudy to start off Sunday morning. We'll be dry as you head out the door. And then 10, 11 o'clock, maybe some tiny sprinkles come into the forecast across southern Arkansas. Maybe a little bit more of some shower activity into eastern Arkansas, 2, 3 o'clock. These are going to be light showers. We're not looking at a washout. We're not looking at severe weather. Just a slim chance for some showers, and that rain will eventually push out of the state. 6, 7 o'clock, we should start to dry out. And look at these rainfall totals. You know, it's really not going to be much. So if you do have any plans to be out and about for this weekend, you shouldn't have any issues out there, which is definitely going to be some good news. Just a couple sprinkles here and there. Extended forecast also not looking too bad. Again, it's going to be cool today, a little warmer tomorrow, a little warmer by Sunday, and then there comes that cold front. So it'll be cool to start off next week. But then it's kind of a quick warm up. So if you don't like the cold weather, really no worries, because we'll be in the 50s by Tuesday, upper 50s by Wednesday, maybe 60 degrees by Thursday. So overall, it does look like it's going to be a little bit milder. And then maybe by the end of next week, we're looking at another cold front coming through. So that is the forecast. Kind of nice, kind of quiet for the next couple of days, which is some good news. Last night was our full moon on Thursday. I know it was cloudy out there. It's kind of cloudy this morning. Oh. Sorry about that. Really tried to control that yawn. But, you know, sometimes it happens. It's Friday. I'm sure you might feel the same way. So yesterday was our full moon. You might not have seen it. It was cloudy out there. This morning it was kind of cloudy. Some areas might have been able to see it. But the good news is we got another super moon heading our direction. January 13th is the wolf moon, and we'll hope for better weather. But if you saw any pictures of the full super moon, I'd love to see them. You can send them to us on the Arkansas Storm Team app. That QR code is just up towards the top of the screen. If you scan that with your phone, you can send in your photos, or if you're watching us on your phone right now, you can type in Arkansas Storm Team, and it'll come up. It is a free app, so it's easy to get. And then there's all my social media handles and the Arkansas Storm Team app again if you want to send in your photos. I went through the photos, a ton of great photos on the Arkansas Storm Team app. If you have one right now, now, go ahead and send it in. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to share some of those photos that you sent in on the Arkansas Storm Team app so we can take a look at some of the pretty snow pictures that we saw yesterday and some of the sleet videos as well. So I will see you in just about 2 minutes. If you have any weather questions, go ahead and send those in as well. We'll answer those when we get back. Thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Juliana Cullen, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the forecast. I just picked up some pictures that you sent in on the Arkansas Storm Team app. We're going to roll through those in just a second of all those great snow photos that you sent us. So thanks for sending those in. But first, if you're just now joining us, let's go look at the forecast. Cloudy skies out there right now across the satellite and radar, and you can see there are a couple areas of maybe a little bit of some clearing in northeast Arkansas and parts of eastern Arkansas, from Pine Bluff to Helena, West Helena, maybe some peaks of sunshine. Hopefully you're getting to see some of that, but overall it's kind of cloudy out there. It's going to be a cloudy day, but we did get to see some of the sunrise this morning, which was really nice to see, and we'll get to see some peaks of sunshine depending on where you live throughout the rest of the day. But it's chilly out there. Temperatures mostly sitting in the 30s right now. It's 37 in Little Rock, 40 in Pine Bluff. It's 36 in Stuttgart, 37 in Batesville, 38 in Hot Springs. It's 40 right now in Arkadelphia and 41 in Camden. So it's chilly out there, and it'll stay pretty cool throughout the rest of the day. But today, actually, for some of us, might wind up, oddly as it sounds, as the warmest day of December thus far. Our highest December day thus far this month, it's only been 4 days, has been 40 degrees. So today, if we hit 40, 41, 42, we should either tie or beat that. So at least we're getting into a little bit of some warmer weather. And that's going to continue for tomorrow. Yes, cloudy in the morning, but we should clear out into some sunshine by the afternoon hours and maybe hitting highs in the 50s. So overall, it is going to be a really nice day out there for tomorrow, especially for any outdoor activities. If you have any plans for your Saturday, maybe you're going to the Christmas parade, maybe you're going to the Capitol tree lighting, maybe you just have some plans to be out and about. Overall, it looks like it should be a pretty nice day out there, which is some good news, especially for those outdoor activities. As we move towards the rest of your weekend, cloudy skies on Sunday, but it should be mostly dry out there, 56 for your high, 10% chance though for maybe a sprinkle. So overall, it looks like a pretty quiet forecast for this weekend, but just know there is going to be a small chance for a shower coming up on Sunday. Let's roll through forecast track. Here's Friday. Dry, cloudy, kind of cool. Saturday, clearing out, getting into some sunshine eventually. And then Sunday, we cloud back up. And then here comes a small rain chance. 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, maybe a sprinkle into southern Arkansas. Let's go closer to the afternoon hours. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, you see some light rain out there pushing eastward. And that will continue as you move towards 5, 6 o'clock. So tiny sprinkle chance. It's really not going to amount to much, but you could see across the rainfall estimates map, a few 1/100ths of an inch when everything is said and done. So not a huge rain chance, but a little bit coming up. And then the extended forecast actually looks pretty quiet as well, which is certainly some good news. Quiet through the weekend. Again, maybe a sprinkle chance. And then into next week, some cold fronts move through, but overall it looks like it keeps us pretty dry. We'll be dry on Monday, warming up by Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe by Thursday, highs in the 60s. Lower 60s, but still 60s nonetheless, which will be pretty nice. So extended forecast is not looking bad if you have any outdoor plans coming up over the next couple days. Yes, it's December. Yes, it'll be a little bit cool, but really not too bad weather-wise, which is some good news. Okay, now let's share some of those weather photos you sent in on the Arkansas Storm Team app. It was mainly northern Arkansas, but we got some great snow photos. I want to share some of those with you that we can take a look at, and then we'll get back to the forecast a little bit as well. So here are some great photos you sent in on the Arkansas Storm Team app. And if you want to send in some right now, you can do so. And I will try and get those on the KRK4 News show at noon as well. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, so many good photos. Thanks for sending those in on the Arkansas Storm Team app. Just a reminder, you can always send in your photos, sunrise photos, sunset photos, cloudy photos, whatever weather photos that you have. We'd love to see them. I love to share them on the morning news. I loved seeing all those snow photos, especially since being here in Little Rock, we didn't see any snowflakes yesterday. When I walked outside of work at probably about 1:15 in the afternoon yesterday, I noticed a little bit of rain and then mix it in. I had those little sleep pellets like kind of bouncing off me, but that's pretty much all I saw as far as winter weather. So all those videos and pictures you sent of it just looking like a snow globe outside, I was loving those. So thanks for sending those in. I'm glad we got to share those. I'll have more of those coming up on the noon show. So if you have one and you didn't send it in the Arkansas Storm Team app, scan that QR code there, send it in so I can take a look at it and look at it before the noon show. All right, live look at the satellite and radar right now. Still cloudy out there. It was so nice to see a little peek of the sunrise this morning, but still some clouds. Northeast Arkansas getting into some sunshine. Southeast Arkansas, a little more filtered sunshine. Western Arkansas, Central Arkansas, it's pretty cloudy out there right now. I moved the camera while we were looking at those photos. If you look in the distance, there's a tiny, tiny break where you see a little bit of some blue sky. Let's get a little bit more of that coming up. I'm not sure if we will. I'm forecasting partly to mostly cloudy for the rest of the day, but some breaks in the clouds would really be nice, and it would warm us up because, once again, no shock to you. I've told you every day this week, and I'll keep telling you probably for the rest of the winter season. It's cold out there. 37 right now in Little Rock. It's 36 in Searcy. It is 33 right now in Jonesboro. Must not be seeing much sun up there. That's pretty cool. 39 in Fayetteville, 40 in Monticello, 41 in Dequeed, 43 in Camden, 43 in Fort Smith. Those are the two winners. Camden and Fort Smith with the warmest temperatures right now. And Jonesboro and West Memphis, they are the coolest spots right now. Throughout the rest of the day, I do think we'll see a lot of 40s out there. Not everyone might make it to 40 depending on your cloud cover level, but I think we'll make it to 40 here in Little Rock. We're already at 37, so not much to go, but we need some sunshine to help up with the warming and the south wind for today. So 40 has been our warmest temperature so far this December, so I'm hoping we at least hit 41 for today. But tomorrow is definitely looking more favorable as far as sunshine and warm temperatures go. When you wake up tomorrow morning, probably still going to be cloudy where you live, especially depending on what time you wake up. 10, 11 o'clock, we'll start to thin out the clouds a little bit. 12, 1 o'clock, we'll start to get into some nice sunshine. So should be a nice day to be out and about on Saturday. We'll warm up into the lower 50s, which is not super warm, but I actually think it'll feel fairly warm compared to the last couple days that were pretty much sitting at the 20s and 30s for most of the day. So overall, not a bad weekend for outdoor plans. Sunday is a similar story, mostly dry and mostly comfortable. It will be cloudier on Sunday, though, as those clouds roll in early in the morning. So probably going to call it mostly cloudy for the entirety of your Sunday. But it will be probably one of the warmer days because a cold front's going to move through. And we always see temperatures spike a little bit before a cold front comes through. So that should get us to maybe 56 for your high on Sunday. 10% chance for a sprinkle in the forecast. We'll look at that on Forecast Track just so you know what I'm talking about. Since we're going to have a cold front coming through, temperatures spike right before a cold front, and sometimes cold fronts kind of stir up a little bit of moisture. I think that's going to happen, and it's going to be that, a little bit of some moisture. Let's look at Sunday morning. Here come the clouds starting to roll in as Sunday morning comes about. So temperatures will start off in the 30s and 40s, and then 10, 11 o'clock, here comes some sprinkle chances. Yawning again. When I do this by myself, I always yawn, but I have heard that yawns come from a lack of oxygen. So I guess when you talk, you might have a lack of oxygen. So maybe that's why I yawn so much on Fridays. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, a couple sprinkles out there, 10, 11 o'clock. We're talking about Sunday morning. Look at that. This forecast track shows maybe a couple sprinkles from south of Texarkana to El Dorado. Most of us are completely dry. Let's go to 1, 2 o'clock. A little bit better chances for some sprinkles across southern Arkansas, across eastern Arkansas. Again, many of us stayed dry. So not a huge rain chance on Sunday, and probably the farther north you live, the lesser your rain chance is going to be Sunday. Here's 5 o'clock. Many of us staying dry, couple sprinkles out there. And when you look at rainfall totals, it kind of really puts into perspective what we're looking at, maybe a few 1/100ths of an inch. So nothing to cancel plans about. Really not going to need your rain gear if you're out and about on Sunday. You just might notice that you use your windshield wipers 1 or 2 times. So not a huge rain chance, but we will see a little something here and there. So 10% chance on Sunday. We're dry by Monday after that cold front moves through, but cooler and breezy to start off your new work week. So 44 for the high temperature on Monday, but it should be sunny. And 44 and sunny is warmer than anything we've had all this week. So yes, it's a cold front, but really, compared to what we've had, not that cold. And then it's kind of a quick warm up. 54 by Tuesday, 59 by Wednesday, 60 by Thursday, and then we'll just keep on warming up. Just kidding. No, we won't. Thursday's probably going to be the warmest day, and then a cold front comes through. That's what one model is looking like. Some models are taking us pretty warm. There's actually an outlying model that Pat and I were talking about that we keep just looking at because we're like, oh, could it happen? That has us get into the 70s next week. I haven't put that in the forecast. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's just something we're keeping an eye on. Most forecast models have us cooling down into Friday and into Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see if we hit the 70s. I'd like it, but I didn't put it in forecast, so don't take a lot of stock into that. But overall forecast is looking good. I don't really think we are going to have any big issues, which is kind of nice because we had 2 Arkansas Storm Team alert days this week. We had 2 alert days in the first week of December, putting that into perspective. Definitely was a busy start. So it'll be nice to have a nice quiet week ahead of us. So I'm going to try and stop yawning or take a 2-minute break just so I could check my social media and see if you've written in any weather questions or kind of specific forecasts. Even if it's outside of Arkansas, I'm traveling to Pennsylvania and I want to know the forecast of that. We can take a look at that during this time. So send those to my Facebook page. We'll take a 2-minute break so I can check those messages, and then we'll be back to finish up Arkansas Storm Team Live.